Oh my, it's Kellee White.
Hey, it's James Van Pod.
What are you up to?
Thinking about changing the world.
Me too. We should do a show together.
What would it be about?
Let me show you.
The James and Kellee Show.
Hi, Kellee.
Hi, honey. How are you feeling today?
How are you?
I'm doing well, but I know
Well,
you're not feeling great.
Yeah, I'm not feeling great.
Yeah.
So I had disturbing things over the weekend. I didn't realize until today what was going on. And I called you, so to tell everybody. I didn't know what was going on with my lungs and situation.
Yeah.
And I just thought today, if I called my doctor, I wasn't sure what was going on with me. Like, what's happening? I couldn't breathe well. And it hit me this afternoon what happened. It was, and I said this afternoon on my show, you got to think before you act. And I had some people here cutting stones for like a small patio. And I didn't realize that the condenser was right next to that and the air conditioning for the house. And I was breathing in stone dust all weekend.
My God.
So, yes, that was like, oh, should have thought about that before we acted. So I told people, that wasn't good.
Honey, I'm so sorry.
So it's going to be an easy show today.
Yeah, we're going to take it a little easy, everybody. Not too much heavy lifting.
Not so much heavy lifting. And then you said to me, which we want to share with everybody, was what's going on astrologically, because I feel like it's like I'm not the only one, but I feel like I'm being crushed. Everyone's like crushed in the crazy energy.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening? And tell everybody what told
I'm
me.
going to tell everybody because my phones are blowing up. Everybody's asking me what's going on. And it's this push-pull, intense energy, like being shredded, as we talked about. So what a lot of people don't realize is that by next week, we will have 5 planets in retrograde. So let me explain what retrograde is. You've heard when I say the word retrograde, some people think it means to go backwards, that a planet goes backwards, but planets don't go backwards. Instead, what they do is they really slow down. And when a planet slows down in this retrograde motion, it brings up a lot of things from the past. It could bring up traumas. It could bring up your wounds. It could bring up anxiety, which is huge right now. So many people were calling me about anxiety in the last week. It's unbelievable. So these retrogrades are really important to know about. And I thought I'll tell everybody what is going retrograde and what we can expect from each one. And then we're going to go into reading. So don't worry about that. We've got it under control here. So the first thing I want to talk about is Jupiter. And Jupiter is a large planet. And it's a retrograde in Aquarius, actually, until October 17th. And so, when you feel that you've been working really hard to accomplish a goal, when Jupiter is retrograde, it's like, is this ever going to happen? And so many people want to know, is this ever going to happen? And look, take a chill pill. Yes, it's going to happen because Jupiter, once it goes forward on October 17th, get out of town. Because once that goes forward, everything that you've worked hard to do will get accomplished. So just don't panic about it. It's all okay. It's all going to be okay.
It's a big planet, so it's going to happen. It's just a big planet.
It's like, look at your priorities, look at your responsibilities with retrogrades or with this Jupiter retrograde. And don't worry, it's a time to refocus, readjust. It'll be okay.
Kellee, just generally speaking, retrogrades are a time not to jump into things, but to stop and reassess things, right?
Exactly.
So don't start anything new. Don't start anything new. Don't start any legal documents, right?
Well, that's with Mercury retrograde. Mercury, that's what's this big cluster problem is, because Mercury's still going direct and all these other outer planets are going slow. So that's that push-pull energy, right? And it makes us feel just kind of chaotic and uncomfortable. So Saturn is also retrograde in Aquarius, just like Jupiter in Aquarius until October 10th. Now, Saturn is work, health, and karma. And what this period is about, remember the lessons that you've learned, okay? When Saturn goes retrograde, it gives us that opportunity to maybe have like another lesson. Only remember, you don't have to have the lesson. You remember what you've learned. So Saturn is all about remembering what you learned okay, for different
Like being
things.
an Aquarius, would that have any effect as far as Aquarius, like the mental part of us, or working with humanity, bigger
I
things?
was
And
just going to say, so when you
but
take
Saturn's
Jupiter,
restricted, right? Saturn's
exactly,
restricted.
and when you take Jupiter and Saturn in retrograde right now, that is really centered on the public health. So if we talk about public health right now, because again, the next question is, are we going into some sort of a lockdown with COVID? Are we going into some sort of a big situation? And I'm going to say, yeah, we are.
I'm gonna
I,
say yes, we
I
are.
say
I'm gonna
we
say
are.
that that is
And
yeah.
I think these two planets are bringing it on. In addition to that, and I'm going to talk about the rest of the planets that are retrograde, but I kind of want to make note of this. Mars is straight, going direct in Virgo, okay, and until September 14th, and that brings health. So, for instance, people right now may be going to the doctors more, checking on their health, paying attention to COVID, because again, it's in Virgo, which is about health, and it's going direct. So it's going to directly affect people in their health. So you want to look at your health, keep your health as optimum as you can. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, the next planet retrograde is Pluto. Pluto is in Capricorn. It's retrograde until October 6th. Now, Pluto, as we call Pluto, the planet of destruction, because it's
Really?
intense. Okay. Oh, yeah. It will implode anything or anybody around that's not authentic. It will really look at how authentic are you? What is going on in your life? And because it's in Capricorn, it specifically involves business, it
Right work.
involves structure, the patriarchy, constructs, karma, stability, and it's ready to examine everything. That's what Pluto wants to do. It's that hidden planet that wants to kind of come out. And it's about
Right?
doing your shadow work, and it's about transformation. So expect your lives to change. I mean, this really, and we're
And
not even.
Capricorn is a responsibility too.
It's
It's
responsibility. It's
excellent
karma.
responsibilities. Yeah.
Yep, and it's intense. I mean, they don't call it the planet of destruction for nothing. And
When does
then
that go direct, Kelly?
it goes direct October 6th. So
Well, that's
we're
gonna be
we're
we have
in
to
it.
party that week.
Oh, great. Well, we'll see. Then
Yeah, man, we're
Neptune.
still around. We'll see.
Exactly. Then Neptune is also in retrograde. Neptune is the dreamy planet, and it's in Pisces, which really makes it over the top dreamy. This is about codependence. So watch if you're codependent with on somebody or that. The other thing it is really good for, I'll say, is to help you cut people that sap your energy. You know how we've used the term energy vampires? It's like that. You want to cut that out of your life with this. And it's also diving into your subconscious. It's really important to dive into your subconscious with this. So that's a big deal. So now we have Uranus that's on August 19th, and that is going to be retrograde. So that'll be 5 planets, and these are the big ones. These are big planets. And Uranus is in Taurus, and this means radical change. I just have to say that radical change. It it is in Taurus, and so Taurus is about like economic recovery, and then you've got it Uranus, which is the planet of surprise. So it's going to be quite a lot of tension. Taurus energy is stubborn,
Oh,
and Uranus is like, I don't know, chaos and forced change. And so it's going to be probably a more intense time, is really why I'm saying all of this.
Kelly, can I interrupt you and ask you with
Oh,
Uranus
sure.
and Taurus? Would that be earthquakes? Because Taurus are very
Yes.
physical signs, so it could be earth
Yeah.
situations,
It could
right?
be earthquakes, it could be economic, it could be
Yeah,
home,
Taurus.
it could
Um,
be just a lot. Yeah, earthquakes, it could be anything like that. Yeah. It's very intense. It shakes up our stability a little bit.
wow.
Then we have Chiron, which is actually a comet, and it's actually it sits between Saturn and Uranus. And Chiron, the wounded healer, it's
Yeah.
been retrograde for a while, and it stays till December 19th. And this is really about looking at your traumas, doing your work on yourself. It's like dealing with unresolved traumas. And all of these planets retrograde bring us back to a place of some of traumas that we haven't looked at, or we just, you push it away and that doesn't matter and it didn't count. And And some things you just have to work through. And so it will bring a lot of anxiety. And the thing about anxiety is if you're feeling anxiety, it's telling you something. Now, as a medium, if I feel anxiety, I have to ask, and anybody who's out there who's a medium or a psychic, is it about me? Is it about my family? Is it about this? And what is it
Is the
about?
spirit coming through? Am I picking up something
Right.
from this
Am I picking
world?
up something from somebody? And you can usually rule that out, whatever it is. And that's how I work with that. But anxiety is telling us something. So during this retrograde with Chiron, you really want to work on yourself. And I would use all of this time. This is on some levels, it's a blessed time because we still get to work on ourselves. So there you go, everybody.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Isn't
I'm
it?
doing a book. I'm working on a book right now, and it's about the subconscious of the soul.
Ooh, I
I
love
didn't tell
that.
you.
It's a
Yeah,
perfect
and I think
time.
it's the perfect time to do
It's
this.
a perfect time to do it. And people are saying I was so emotional and anxious before this moon in Leo. That's true. And Joanne says my anxiety's been off the hook. It's true. It's powerful
Moon Leo.
times. Yeah. Good. So there you
And
go.
plus surrendering. The way
Oh,
of getting through this is surrendering, yoga, mindfulness,
yeah.
journaling is great.
Oh, journaling
Uh,
is super for this.
volunteering,
Hmm.
helping with people out there if you can.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah.
I can't even do gardening anymore because it's too. I'm like this.
Really?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. I can't stay concentrated enough because of all the energy.
interesting. Yeah, because
Yeah,
of all the energies. No, it hit us. It hit me the other day so hard. I couldn't believe it.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
wow, where am I? I'm like I'm floating. Like
Yeah.
whoa. I was thinking before we get on the air here that it's like being in like the other thing I remember from this is like when I was at the beach, I'd go out in the ocean as a kid and be out there and it's like, oh wow, it's over my head. I might
Yeah.
drown. And here comes a big wave. Whoa. And I'm like,
Right.
you get right taken under with the
Yeah.
undercurrent. It reminds me kind of that energy, that
Totally.
feeling.
Totally. And I always want to remind people that we all wanted to be here during this time.
You say that to me often, and I love
It's
to
the
hear
truth.
that.
Yeah,
It
we
is
wanted to
true.
be here. So
So
how, let's help some people, shall we?
yeah. So tonight we thought we would do, and I'm not looking at any of the comments or anything because it's just too much for me, and we do it
Yeah.
easy. So, a way we're going to do tonight is just see what's going on. Don't beg for a reading, please. The worst thing you could ever do for a psychic or a medium is beg for a reading, because talk about the energy. When you do that, you block everything.
Yeah.
Totally block everything. So, really, the best way to receive a message or a psychic reading or whatever it might be, whatever's meant, is really be open and surrender to it, and not try because you try it, you just don't get anything.
Right.
And that's the same with mediumship. We try to get evidence, can't get it. If you try, you just got to surrender. So we'll just see what happens. And that's it. We're not going to. So they have a phone number that we're going to put up. There's a phone there. You call in
Mhm.
213-459-2775. And we'll see if you have a question for today's topic. So Kellee, what would you think is the difference between a psychic and a medium?
Oh, it's a great question. So I think as a psychic, we can go so far as a psychic, and I think a medium raises at least as a medium, I raise my energy a little higher, a little higher, a little higher. It's a psychic is giving information that they may need. Mediumship takes it to another level. It's dealing with the other side. It's raising my vibration in a different place.
The energy. I was looking at an interview with John Holland and John Edward the other day, and it was
Mhm.
great. John Holland asked John Edward, what is the difference between psychic and medium? And I thought John Edward had a great analogy. And what he said was, well, it's like you're on an expressway or a freeway, and you're able to see the different exits, and you have to decide which one feels right for you to go off of. So you can see the distance in front of you and behind
Yeah.
you. That's psychic. And of course, he said the whole mediumship is it's a completely different world, a different frequency that you tune into, which is exactly true.
Yeah.
I always say the psychic, everybody's psychic from one degree or another. It's that knowingness
Yeah.
that we all have. And there is no time in that knowingness, but you can
Right.
sense if it's from the past or the future or the present. And
Yeah.
it's just that the knowingness. And as you said, mediumship, it's just tuning to that higher level of being.
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so there-
That's a good analogy. I like that. Wow. So
so
should
should
we
we begin?
take Renee,
Yes.
should we take a call?
My voice is changing to an
Uh,
English accent. So I guess we should.
okay, so Cindy is calling. So Cindy's calling about her father.
Yes, Cindy. I'm going to put you on the line right now.
And I just need his name too, the father's name. So
Okay, Cindy, you're live now.
hi, Cindy.
Hello?
Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
Hi. What's your dad's name?
Ray. R-A what?
Ray.
Raymond.
Okay, Kelly,
Mhm.
what do you want to do, Kel?
I want to say I have a very nice man here who has a lot of love for you. And I feel that this is a tall man. And I feel that this is a man that wants to come out and celebrate something. I don't know if it's his birthday coming up or something coming up here. There's some sort of celebration here with him.
It's
And
my birthday.
it's your birthday. Okay,
Right.
good. Good. I want to say happy birthday to you then for him. And I just know how much
Thank
this
you.
man loves you.
I just get a
Thank
sense
you.
with this person, Ray. As I tune into him, I feel I don't know if there's regret with this gentleman, but I feel there's something about someone was not honest or someone was dishonest and didn't know the full truth about something. Would that make any sense?
Oh, that could make sense for a lot of things.
Okay, so I
With
know that when he
regard to
passes
him?
over, when he comes back, he talks about not being honest or something, but not being completely forthcoming, or almost like two different lives. So that's what I get with this gentleman. I feel a little bit regret here with him, and I just get a sense that you're teaching him a bit about honesty. I don't know what that means, but I got to give that to you. And there's a dog that died, a
Okay.
puppy or a doggy that passed over. That he's with a dog. Got to tell you that. Smaller dog than bigger.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, that would be my dog Max.
Well, so you must have asked your dad to take care of Max when Max went over, because he has Max with him. And I think Max might have been a rambunctious doggy. Sometimes we just pull on the leash.
Yep.
Is that right? Because he's showing me is to hold him back when he comes in with him. Is to hold him back. And that excitement is what
Yes.
the dog wants you to know, the excitement that Max is here. And he's like, and he's really enthusiastic. Okay. There you go, Cindy. Thanks.
Thanks,
Yes.
Cindy.
Thank
Happy
you so
birthday.
much. Thank you.
Bet.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Wow, that's crazy.
Okay. So we have Kelly calling about her father. And it's not me.
Hi, Kelly. You're live in the studio.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi. Hello.
Hi,
Oh,
Kel.
thank you guys so much. I've been following you guys for so long, and I just want to appreciate you. This is the first time I've been able to talk to you guys. I'm very excited. Thank you so much.
Yay, yay.
Kelly, what's your dad's name?
My dad's name is Robert.
Robert. Okay. Kelly, you want to start?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Kelly, I do get music around your dad. So I don't know if he was talented with music or if you're talented with music, but I get music around this family. There's something lively about this family, and there's something lively about him. And I want to say money's important to this man. Money's important here. Was there a problem with money going after he passed?
Yes, a little bit. His mother, he passed before his mother, and they had a lot of money in them. When she passed away, my uncle took my dad's half, which should have gone to my sister and I.
Yeah, and I'm getting something about that argument or something about that. But I still want to know that there's some music or there's some song when you think of your dad, that the song comes out, because he's showing me music here with you. Something that's really exciting and fun for you with music. It's almost
Yes,
like
I play music. I play music myself in the Brazilian drumming group.
that's it. Okay, good.
Are you
I love that.
composing music as well, Kelly? Are you composing some songs, or you have wait? You must have certain kind of beats, like separate beats, like three different types of music, three different types of melodies, and you're trying to string them together of some kind.
Yes.
Exactly. I just know that from your father. Give me the sense of that, and tells me you have a lot of people around you who are inspiring you and impressing you. I need to ask you about a child that passed over. So I know there's a child in the spirit world
So
that
they can
passed
read it,
over.
and then next.
Hi, Renee.
I'm not sure. I can't think of any right now.
I know there's a child that passes over. I don't necessarily know about your family, this child, but I know there's a child that passed over. Okay. And I want to say this child would be around teenage years, could be 18 to 20 years of age. And I got some male. And I just got to say to you that, I don't know, this child feels like your father wants me to bring purpose to this child. And I feel like the name Robert is also with the child. So there's another Robert. Anyway, I got to tell you that. It sounds weird. Did your father have a flag, like American flag? Do you know about the American flag? Was he a patriot or something like this?
No, not that I know of.
Were you just someone who just was flying a flag? Were you looking at an American flag recently, or was there talk about that around you? Because Dad showed me a flag, American flag, from the flagpole. Don't understand that? That's
interesting.
Fine. Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay. I don't know what it means, but it means something.
Maybe it means bury the hatchet with the family.
I don't know. This
All
is
right.
our flag, so I just gotta say that. Okay.
Thanks, Kellee.
Thanks, Kelly.
Wow, we
Kelly,
have.
Thank you so much.
You want to do numbers, Kel?
Let's do numbers. Yes. Yes. With people?
Yeah.
Oh, how fun. Yes. Birth dates and numbers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, because we're going to show you guys different types of readings. We've got
Yes,
different types.
Right.
So
Psychic
do you want?
readings, mediumship.
Do you want me to do it under the comments,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
do you
yeah.
want under the
Yeah.
comments? All right, put your everybody put your birth date in, and so we'll look at that because that's always really fun. Okay, hold on a second here. Okay, so what it's going? Okay, so everybody's doing that. Okay. All right, hold on a second, everybody. See, as soon as I
You
said it.
learn from many people. It's
Okay, I'm going to start with this. Gina Canzurlo Coppola. Oh, I love your last name. Are you the wine people? I love Coppola wine. Okay, your birthday is April 1st. So April Fool's Day, 1961. So April 1st, is the Seven of Spades. And Seven of Spades, they take a real interesting path here. They take a very meaningful, purposeful life that has to do, Gina, it would have to do with spirituality. It would have to do with business, unless you're a doctor. Often I see healers, great healers. I know that there's something with health, like you would have been worked on your health for your whole life. It would have been, I've learned this about my health and I teach others about my health. It's about health. The other piece of that is also real creativity. So I'd love to know what you do, Gina, because it's a real creative place, but it's a serious life placement.
And Kelly, this is from Destiny Cards.
These are Destiny cards, yeah. I mean, I could
What
look
is
through the Destiny cards are really fun because they tell us we choose before we reincarnate the day we're going to come in. So these cards are really important. The birth date you choose is very important. It tells us what the soul is here to do.
It's also every number has vibration, so it's like
Yep.
your contract, your blueprint, if you will.
Absolutely
Gina,
right.
I get you also. You got to be careful of your head. And your head's strong sometimes. You got to be careful jumping into things and letting go. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. And I want to say also look at your health for herself as well. So I don't know if there's any blood situations, but I just got to look at that. And that's on a psychic level. I'm looking at that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, this is fun. Okay. I love to do this. Okay, they're going so fast here. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to look at sorry about that, everybody. Okay. So Kim Marquise Hogan, and you're September 16th, 1965. So September 16th is an 8 of clubs. And what's really fun about an 8 of clubs, right, is I always feel that they're so psychic. So, honey, you'd be so psychic. I mean, like beyond. Your mind is already 10 past mind somewhere in some location. You can outthink anybody. You can go, go, go. Are you a writer? Because I'd have to assume you're a writer or something where you don't really care about money, but you really do care of helping people. And anybody that's born at that time really is here to help others. So that's a quick little way to say that to you.
I just want to say what I pick up with that psychically on that person is that they doubt themselves. They should not doubt yourself. Do not doubt yourself.
Well, it's funny that you said that because 8 of clubs has so much anxiety, and it always comes into doubting themselves. Yeah. So I want to agree with that completely. Yeah. It's not interesting.
Very interesting. Want to go, Jody? Are you calling about Michael? Do you want to go back to a mediumship? We'll just jump around if that's okay.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's go. Okay.
He's all over the place. Let's just keep
Jody's calling about Michael. Another Michael. We just talked about Michael earlier.
Okay, Michael, you're live in the show.
I think it's Jody calling about Michael.
Oh, Jody. I'm sorry, Jody calling about Michael.
Hi, Jody. How are you doing? We got to go fast. Okay. Next. I'm used to Larry King. We go fast. Quick. Okay. We'll get another number here.
Okay.
The next caller is Patty calling about her brother.
Okay. Patty. Let's see. Yeah. Is she there? No.
Patty, are you there?
Hello, Patty. Are you there?
Okay. Next.
Okay. Next.
September 5th, it's going so fast. September 5th, 1971.
September 5th. Okay, September 5th is the 6 of diamonds. And I know this one very well, September 5th.
Yes,
it's somebody that's here for financial balance in life. So it's about balance. And I know that underneath that, there's a fear of being abandoned. And so it's a real serious place. Usually, they make great doctors, great lawyers. So it's all about
Really?
having confidence in yourself. Yeah.
Oh, I believe that. I knew someone that was a six of diamond, and it was all about confidence in
It's
themselves.
confidence. Yeah. And they don't want to hurt anybody. They're usually amazing souls. Um, okay. Oh, the telephone number. They needed the telephone number again, Renee. I don't recall what it is, but it is
213.
213-459-2775.
I know Renee is like juggling. Remember, he's one person, and when 17,000 people call him, he can only handle so much. So
And he almost
please
had
be
to,
kind.
remember last week, he almost had to evacuate. So lots
Yeah, he's
going
been through a
on.
lot. So let's be kind with Renee,
Yeah,
and
let's be kind to
let's be
everybody
kind to
here.
each other. Not like kind.
Exactly. Oh, this is a fun one for me. Oh, March 2nd, Jackie Kryl. I have to do that March 2nd. And March 2nd is an 8 of spades. Our friend Marilyn Wall, our wonderful Marilyn Wall, she's also March 2nd. Very, very powerful. You can do anything in life with this. And 8 is the number, and you talked about this on your show today. 8 is the number of infinity. And so yesterday was an 8 day, but it's the number of infinity. And 8 of spades can literally move mountains. Sometimes they're not aware of it, and particularly women. So I always want women to know that they can move mountains with that placement, do anything. So,
Wow.
okay, Melody McClure says, "What's my divine purpose?" And her birthday is 12/2. So 12/2 is a 3 of diamonds. 3 of diamonds, first of all, it's the most difficult placement that there is.
Really?
So, yeah, so you come
Why is that,
into this,
Kelly?
well, because in a previous life they would have abused power. And in this time, they have to deal with the consequences. So things are not going to feel fair. But I will say this, some of the billionaires, I know billionaires that are 3 of diamonds, several. I know it's the most creative path because music and art and appreciation. Ultimately, the divine purpose is to take deep spirituality and be kind and good to everybody, no matter what.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
actually it. Okay, so let's see. Oh, we can't hear him. Okay, so do you? They're going fast. Okay,
Going
let's.
fast.
They're going
Wow.
fast. Let's do this one for. Hold on a minute. Oh, okay. Katie Rose, May 7th. Katie Rose on May 7th, Queen of Diamonds. So a Queen of Diamonds also has a challenging life. They're very creative. They're here because they've got to give to others. Watch giving so much to others, though. Watch it because you've got to save some energy for yourself. You're here to create. You're here to um, work hard. It means you would work very hard in this life, but it's usually somebody that's a musician, creative. There's a real creative space with that one.
It's funny because I was getting for psychically, she's got to be careful of imbalances.
Yeah, all queens have to watch that. And again, a queen of diamonds comes in, they may have abused some power also in the past.
Interesting.
It's funny, isn't it funny about karma, James? It just things may not feel fair during this life, and yet in reality, it's probably very fair on some level.
Wow. Wow. That's
Yeah.
so well. Yeah, it's psychically speaking, like, an intuitive exercise for people just to be aware of what the knowingness feels like. When I would say a name, like someone like just put a name out there. Everyone that's watching this right now, name a name of one person that you know, but the first word that comes with that person's name, go there. What's the first word that comes to your head? Don't think about it. Just feel it. Feel it with your soul self. What's the feeling? What's the word? And then go into it. Or you can write their name down on a piece of paper and tune into it that way. And that's necessarily because there might be a little bias there, but it might be a picture of somebody you've never met before. What do you know about that person? What do you feel about that person? Go with your feelings first, because your soul, the English is language of the soul. It's your inner knowingness. It'll never be wrong. It'll always be right. But you have to pay attention to that first instinct, your gut.
Right.
Don't go with the head. When the logical self gets in there, it cuts it off. Just like what I said to you earlier, everybody, about, come to me, come to me, come to me. It blocks everything. So it's
so true.
And you just got to be going that knowingness and surrender to it. Best thing to do.
That is so true about that.
Actually, I know you. But also something an intuitive level too for people, colors. So what does red feel like to people? What is the vibration of red? Then you can go to orange, and what does that feel like to you? What's the first word that comes out with that color? You can go to green. What does that feel like to you? What do you associate with that? Go those first feelings that you get. And the more you get into that feeling, just expand that feeling even larger and see what comes up. It's like a flower that opens up. It's a whole new world. So
Right.
try it out. There's a couple exercises with colors and people's names and photographs also. Oh, I got one. Wait, I got one for you. All right. As we're waiting here for the system to come back.
Oh, I have to tell everybody our system was overloaded.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
That's what happened. So
Oh,
I'm
wow.
going to give somebody, I'm going to throw out to the group here a picture of this person that I have a
Okay.
photo. And I want to see, Kelly, you can't do this because you're professional. But
Okay.
here's a picture of a lady that I have around. Someone that I knew. It's not very focused, is it?
No, it's not too focused, but
Man,
yeah, that's good right there.
so everybody, what do you think is her birth sign? What emotional connection is there with this lady? What do you feel emotionally from this person? Was this person an overthinker or a feeler? What does the energy look like? Does it look like it's a fullness of the energy from the head down to the feet? Or is it blocked in some way? Is there an expansive energy? See any colors around this person? So you can just write in your comments and I'll tell you yeah or nay.
But
Love red, big heart. That's correct, Jeannie Clark. That is correct.
they said
I know that.
fun.
Fun.
Someone
Yes.
said, I feel like she's a nurse.
Okay. She reminds me of my mother, Susie Wright says. It's interesting.
Overthinker.
Overthinker, correct. And a feeler, correct.
Ooh, it says blockage at solar plexus.
That is correct, Jeremy. Very good.
Wow. Healers, Linda says.
Very correct.
Somebody said, I think it's Queen Elizabeth.
Wrong.
It says, I'm seeing green. Wait, where did it said?
Strict, yes.
Yeah.
Strict. Green healer.
Sophisticated.
Yes.
Likes fashion.
That's correct.
Old soul.
Elena Espiro, confident, nurturing, motherly person. Yes, this is my mother.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Her energy expands, praise in that photo. Very true, Tanya. I see yellow around her. Yes, yellow can be overthinker.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, lived in New York. Yeah. Didn't speak her truth. Very true, Tamara. That got her into trouble when she didn't speak her truth. It's very true.
Wow. Compassionate, gentle soul.
I'm going to give you her name. Her name is Jean. Jeanne. Jeanne. That's her name. And what do you get from the name? Anything when you get the name?
It says
we're turning the tides around. People are doing readings for me.
Right. It says, I feel sadness from what she has seen.
Correct. Very true.
Was she a Capricorn?
She was a Taurus.
Oh.
May the 11th. May 11th.
Oh, okay. Wow. So she was an 8 of diamonds. That's a tough one.
8 of diamonds. Alcoholic.
Okay. Had spiritual gifts but hid them.
Completely true.
Wow.
Was very into Catholicism. Would go to mass every day.
Wow.
Yeah. Very psychic.
It says everything has its place and everything basically has a place.
Hey, thank you, everybody. That's great. Fantastic.
Yeah. Wow. It's strong-willed. She was strong-willed.
Yes, she is strong-willed. Yes. What would that be? You said she's a
8 of diamonds.
8 of diamonds.
Yeah, which is, again, that number 8 and a real powerhouse. 8 of diamonds women often couldn't use their power. They have to realize that they have it. And some that were born early on may not have recognized it or they would have known it, but they wouldn't have been able to use it.
So interesting. It's just so funny that as you're saying this, Kelly, I'm getting a hit from my mother. Now, this is very interesting. I've never heard this before. I just heard I died in World War I and had to come back quickly.
Oh, I got chills. Wow.
And I've never heard that before. Now, she was born in 1918. And we know that a young souls that is many times children or those who pass over quickly or in suddenly like that, sometimes that come right back, and that's what I just heard.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So Laura
Okay.
Parmley Hoffman says she was born on 10/8 and she had a miscarriage in 1995. And so let's talk about that. When somebody has a miscarriage, often the soul, it really depends. I suppose the soul can come back, the soul can grow up on the other side, or it can come back.
Or come back. And also, we're not going to know exactly until we all
Yeah.
pass over, because there's always some, I don't know, differences in certain conditions and certain reasons why things occur. But many times, like from miscarriages and abortions too, which is very interesting. I've been told, again, this can change, that it's a lesson or lessons that were known before the incarnation of the soul group. That one the soul that this person will have a miscarriage, and it'll teach the mother about believing in herself and having confidence with herself, not loathing herself. With miscarriage, it's not the mother's fault, and many times it's a lesson of learning that they're
Yeah.
not their fault. That
Right.
love yourself unconditionally, and it's not a
Yeah.
punishment.
So,
And many times,
exactly.
preparing for the next soul that's going to come through that body.
Yeah.
It's
That's
nature's
so
way of preparing.
So true. Joanna Marie says atopic pregnancy also. Yes.
Now, my
Yeah.
mother had 3 miscarriages. Funny enough.
You know, my mother had 3 also. In between us. Yeah. Oh gosh. So let's
Why
see.
would anyone come back here? This is a good question. Why would anyone come back here? We were asking ourselves that earlier. Why would anyone come back? It's a
I
hard
said
place.
every day.
Yeah, it's a hard school. This is a very hard school for the soul. But again, remember that the hardest lessons are the ones we grow from the most. And I always thought that when you pass to the other side and there is no time and you're outside of it, you realize, wow, 70, 80 years like that in the scheme of things. They get, yeah, I can do it. I know I'm eternal. I know there's no death. I'll come back and try it out. And then when we're coming into the body, to the vessel, we go through what's called the valley of forgetfulness. And we kind of start in a clean slate, so we can start over again in a way. Now, subconsciously back there, we have our lessons. And if we would put ourselves in a regressive state or in that surrendering state, we could know certainly what past lives were and certain experiences, soul lessons we've learned in the past, we're learning for the future. It's not, again, this is not a punishment coming back to this planet. It really isn't. It's really for growth of yourself and your soul group and for the planet. We're here because we want it to be. And everybody on this call is a light worker. You wouldn't be drawn to this Zoom call, this YouTube call, if you weren't, because like attracts like. So it's hard, especially for the sensitives. It's very difficult to be
It's
in the
really
world.
challenging for the empaths out there. Yeah.
And see the planet the way it is, and just see how people treat one another or mistreat one
Oh,
another. It's
it's
hard.
so true. It's
So what
so
can we do
true.
to make it a better world? We can make it a better world. And when we pass over, I think it's always great to look back at the world, the earth, and say, I made it better than when I found it.
Yes, that's
I
the whole
made it
point.
better than when I found it. That's
Yes.
what our goal should be, to make this world a better place than when we first found it. That's where we're going. Yeah.
That's so true. I have to say, wait a minute, they're going so fast. Joanne Barkley says, you know what's odd? When I was on hold, so James, she was on hold with us, and you were speaking to a caller, you mentioned a baby on the other side and a flag and Robert. My husband is Robert, and his mom had a stillborn after him, and we've been looking for his dad's flags that we got at his funeral. I found that odd. So Joanne, it was probably for you, honey.
It was definitely for you. It happened when I was on Larry King a lot. I get 3 callers in, and they don't always stay very disciplined on the other side, because just like you, they're very enthusiastic to come through. So, and I know what I'm seeing and feeling. So it might not be the exact caller. I know I'm getting it. So, especially in a situation like this, where we get like thousands of people jumping in, it's hard. But
oh yeah. Okay. So, Cece says, can I have a message from my pet? So her beloved pet passed, and her birthday is April 15th, and she's just. So what, Cece? What's your pet's name? I'm not sure what your pet's name is, but we should. Go ahead.
I'm saying that helps you kind of tune in and see.
Yeah. So if you have a question about a loved one, leave the person's name so we can. It helps James to tune in, so that would be very helpful. Let me see. Here we go. Let's see here.
Well, fast. I mean, it's going so quickly.
It really is. So if you leave us a message, put the name. Oh,
My dog was
Susie's right says my dog's name is Baby.
baby. Okay.
So thank you, Susie.
Okay, so Susie, I know that this dog, you'd be very much aware that this dog, you'd either have the collar of the dog or the leash, but I feel more like my collar. And I'm just going to say that this dog makes you laugh. I don't feel this dog is very old, though, but I do feel like it came back and it's finished what it had to do. One thing I got to ask this, Susie, I wish we could talk to her. I want to talk about her father. I think her father's maybe still living, but I know that this dog is around the father. So I know there's a healing going on, but I know that this dog baby is around the father for healing. That's what I know.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's good. Okay. Joan Brown says, "Is there anything from my dad? His name is Dennis."
What do you think, Kelly? You want to start with that?
Well, I get somebody that it's a very sad passing. I get something about deep sadness on this one, Joan. And I want to say I'm really sorry for your loss, but I know he's and it looks like he's either been in contact with your mother or he's talks to your mother, or I'm not sure if your mother passed. There's some big connection here with your dad, with your mom as well, but I'm not sure. Now that we're not talking, it's hard to get.
And I get, Joan, very much that this Dennis person, had a mixed up mind. The state of mind was kind of mixed up, or there's conflicts there. The state of mind, not seeing clearly, not being able to know things going on, just a different state of mind, I would say, very much so, and cannot make up their mind. And I also feel towards the end, there's a bit of fear there. There's a bit of limitation with this person. And I feel that very enthusiastic to find out there was life after death, very much so. Didn't believe in it. I feel in the lifetime there would have been some kind of a trophy, but I feel it's almost like remember those old cups, those gold cups?
Yeah.
They give the person one of those. So I just get that. It's almost like world's greatest dad. You might have that in your treasury. And that's what I'm getting from that man. It's so hard just without getting any response back.
Right. It makes it a little more challenging.
Oh, sure. Just jump in the water and let's just ride.
Don't you find, James, on the other side that when people come through to us, many of them are very surprised to find that there's another side that, like, what's going on? They're surprised.
I've had the gamut. I've had people that have crossed over and their surprise is still living. I've had people at demonstrations that I've done, standing and talking to one person, bringing through a message from a spirit person, and the spirit man walks up to the stage, and I'm seeing him clairvoyantly as I'm working with this girl in the audience, and I just know that this is this girl's father who passes over, and I'm bringing through her aunt, right? And the man comes in, I say telepathically, "Do you want to communicate with your daughter?" And he said, and his arms are folded. I said, "Why would I want to do that? I didn't believe in it in life. Why would I believe in it in death?"
Wow.
Because his mindset wouldn't allow him to expand.
That's amazing.
So as we're continuing this reading, this message, he gets closer and closer because it's curiosity.
Right.
He goes, "I'll take a try at it." And it helped. He cut through, and it was a major healing for the father to move on, and for the girl with their father. So many times, the spirit people, when they pass over, they've often described it like when the reading is going on, this amazing light comes around them, and just like everyday people, when you walk down the street and you see there's a party going on at a house or an apartment, you look over and see what's going on over there. They describe the same thing in the spirit world. There's an activity going on, and curious onlookers will look over and see what's going on, and they've described that they, being in the spirit world, many times they don't believe in communication. That's possible to communicate with their loved ones on the earth. They don't think it's possible. So isn't it funny?
It's really funny. Really funny.
Sense. And it's a state of mind, of course.
It's a state of mind. Oh my gosh. This is a good one. My mother's name is Carmen. This is from Visual Memories. My mother's name is Carmen, and she passed away from COVID. So I'm so sorry to hear that. She said I couldn't see her or say goodbye. And her birthday is January 12th, meaning Visual Memories' birthday is January 12th. And I just want to say this about anybody born between January 1st and January 13th. That's a very deep incarnation. It is intense. So I'm sorry that you lost your beloved mother from COVID, and you're very young. You're still young, and I've got chills everywhere. This woman is around you, and she understood that you couldn't be there.
Yeah, before you even said COVID, I had lung issues, and I thought it was lung cancer, but I definitely get it. This Carmen is a sweet, sweet lady. I don't know,
Sweet.
desserts with this lady. I want to feed everybody. I want to take care of everybody.
Mhm.
And I just want visual memories person here to not to know that she's with you. Do not worry about not seeing her at the end,
Yeah.
because and she's a very spiritual person, by the way. This Carmen, this lady, very spiritual. Her hair looks much better. Her weight is perfect. She doesn't worry about that. And I just get her. I need to say this. Her complexion is great.
Mm.
Her skin is great. Now, why would I say that, Kelly? Have you ever heard me say that before?
No, no.
But I can say that she's able. She looks great. I'm not going to say that she's a bit of cares about her looks and all that, but I will say to a point she does. And everything she's been through her father's side. I'm not sure her father's over there. I'm not sure, but I feel like she's been in the family history and checking things out. And she walks around going, wow.
Mm.
And she says her babies here on the earth. So tell my babies I love them. And visual memories. I know that you're putting things together for her. I know that. Old pictures, photographs. Like it's funny. I got my mom's photo. Please don't be sad for me. I just get that. Don't be sad for me.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. I have to read this one. Anna Gianna Lewis says, my mom Susan died of breast cancer in 2006, and I still can't forgive myself for not doing more while she was alive. I miss her daily. You know, I understand that one. James, I mean, they forgive us on the other side. They don't hold on to this.
Now, sometimes the worst things we could do, and they've talked about this, is holding on to these old things.
Yeah.
Shoulda, woulda, couldas. They're okay with it. They don't want you to hold on to any of that. You know, and I've been through this many thousands of times with parents who lose a child. If only I'd done this,
Yes.
that child would provide. Why didn't I do this? Sometimes I think it's the soul's path, and I think we can't get in the way, and we don't know the reasons behind it. But I think sometimes they have to happen the way they happen. But do not feel guilty, please. The worst thing you could do is feel guilty. I know that to be so true.
And the other thing is somebody could enter your life where you need to take care of them, and you'll remember this experience, and then you will really adjust and really work with them. Does that make sense? You know, James,
Completely.
you may not have done it from your mother, but somebody else may enter the picture that you'll be doing that for then.
Without a doubt. And everything happens for a reason. Even like I will say this because with children, a child will pass away. I'm not saying for everybody, but I've seen situations where when that child comes through and said, "Mom, Dad, this is a spiritual task. I'm going to help you." You might understand this right now, but years from now, you're going to help someone else. And I've seen it, Kelly. You've seen it. With the next person, they help other people have lost children.
Oh, yeah.
And they write books about it, and they start organizations and so forth. And that wouldn't have happened if that child had not passed over. So it pushes them on the spiritual path many times.
Absolutely. And speaking of, there's a woman here, Deborah Rell, and her grandson, 12-year-old grandson, his name is Blaze Alexander, and he passed away. So Deborah, I'm sorry for your loss with your 12-year-old grandson. I get somebody that's really high spirited and high energy with him. Really wanted to be the life of the party, or just fun. Yeah, curious, fun, loves life. And I want to say it's a real special connection that you have with him.
Your grandson, and I got to say, please pass to Mom his love, and no problems in the family, please, nothing. I get Blaze walking around. It's almost like I'm in a parade, and I have like a tambourine, and bam, 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 and it's leading the parade, and that's the kind of energy he has. And I'm curious. And butterflies, he runs chasing butterflies all the time. Now he can finally do that, and he loves sea urchins. He's looking at these lizards, and he looks at the ocean like the sea, and he thinks underneath the water. He's fine. He's happy. I'm going to say one thing here. I know that there's an artificial, the little like a kid's tool set, or tool kits.
Okay.
But it was given at a Christmas or a birthday, and I'm like playing around with it. But that's what I get. He's fine. He's good.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, coming. So, okay.
Here we go. Regina Hammond, my son's death. Yes, you look at that too.
Yeah.
My son was shocked, and he was so young. Is he okay? His name is Jonathan. Regina Homan. Oh, we just do Regina?
No. I know. We didn't do this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jonathan.
Let's see. Well, okay. So, Jonathan, I get somebody who's. Let me just tune in for the second here.
Okay. I'm just going to say, Jonathan, I get first of all, I'm going to run in with you if you don't mind, Kelly. I got to say, this happens quickly. I feel there's changes with Jonathan. Things are going on at the time of the passing. There's movement around here. So there's decisions to make. There's choices to make. And he wants to please everybody, but he can't. He wants to please everybody, but he can't. I feel there's limitations around him, but it's changes left and right with him, transformations left and right. I got to say that his artistic self, his creative self is going to come out now, and he's going to be able to do more creative things, whether it's music or sculpture or painting. I just got to say that to you. I know that Jonathan's going to come through to you in all different ways. Phone, you must have a cell phone, the ringing of it. You might see the people in the cell phone. There's going to be lights, orbs. He's going to go through many, many ways. He's just really understanding how to do all that. So time. Okay, Kelly.
Wow. No, that's and I also got, for some reason on him, I got picked up law or law school or lawyer or something that has to do with lawyers. So I have to say that. Deborah Reiner Goldberg says, my sister passed of overdose during COVID lockdown. So sad. So sorry, Deborah. There's been a lot of that happening. I just get that she was very depressed ahead of time. And I think that there had been a lot of warnings with her, is what I'm getting, about her I want to say through depression. And it looks like she was in therapy at some point, because I really feel that with her.
I get a sense of, I don't know, I don't say medicine, but putting stuff in my mouth, and like, I don't feel very balanced here. I feel imbalances. I don't know, I just feel not balanced. I don't know if I could describe it. I almost feel it's almost like a relief to be out of the body, to be out of that mental trauma, mental strain with her. So again, there should be no guilt here. She doesn't want you to feel guilty at all. And it's very interesting. You know, we talk about COVID, people passing during COVID. The great movie, Kelly, I don't know if you've seen The Cemetery Club with Olympia Dukakis.
Oh my gosh, it's an old movie.
It's an old movie, but a great one. And it's often described, and I've seen it where it's Spirit has said, we came in alone, we want to go alone. A soul comes in alone, they want to leave alone. So many times, it happened to my mother when she passed. My father had just finished visiting in a nursing home. He was going to the elevator. My sister was coming up the other elevator, not knowing the father was there. And my mother passed at that moment between my sister coming up, my father going down, less than 5-7 minutes. And that's when she decided to leave. Many times they'll go on their own and they don't want anyone around them. So that happens. Watch The Cemetery Club, everybody.
Oh my gosh. And didn't she just recently pass, Olivia Dukakis? Or I think she did.
She did. Yes, she did this year. She did. Loved her.
Wow, me too.
Wow. My father-in-law killed himself the first week of March 7th. Days later, I lost my great nephew that was 3 years old. That's 3 years old. That's 2 people in 1 week. Can't get past it to get past my dad's death. Wow, Veronica Martinez, that's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. With your father, I don't know what his name is, but with your father, I definitely feel there is something about addiction. I feel addiction here. I don't know why. I just feel addiction. I feel like I'm conflicted. I do feel like he's a water sign, which I don't know, mention that somewhere else, but I do feel a water sign. I feel like this sounds really weird. He has to live up to the family's way of doing things, and he couldn't. He was a free spirit, a free soul. And I definitely feel like addictions, had to work on some addictions for sure. I do get that the nephew that passes, Dad has seen the nephew, but I feel the nephew's been taken care of by people over there, which happens a lot. And I just get, I'm not going to say nursery because it's different over there, but it's a place where children are and that people that take care of them. Just like on this earth, there might be some souls like myself and others who are not able to have children in this lifetime. When they pass over to the other side, they will many times take on a role of parent, caretaker for temporary. I know that's what I do when I pass over. I'd be that parent for that child whose parent is down here. In the interim, I'd be the parent. And a lot of souls will do that. And a lot of souls also pass over, this is interesting, who pass certain ways, whether it's suicide, whether it's an addiction, whether it's whatever it might be, they many times will tend to help newly arrived souls who pass under the same conditions. Now, why would that be? Because who knows it better than a soul that's already been through that, passed that way. So whether it's a suicide or it's an overdose or whatever it might be, that another soul who's had that experience will help the newly arrived soul clear up their mind, clear up their emotional state. Happens quite often.
Yeah, and Veronica, what I want to add to that is you've been through a lot this week. That's a lot just in general, what you just said. That's a tremendous amount of loss. Make sure, go to, if you need a therapist, traumahealing.org. traumahealing.org, because that is a lot of trauma. Okay. That's a lot. So make sure you're taking care of yourself, honey, because that's a lot.
Talk about a growth spurt. Wow.
I mean, wow. Well,
That-
that's a big one. Oh my gosh. That's a huge one. And speaking of things that we have coming up, James, you've got Mediumship 2 coming
That's
up.
right. And the first 50 people that sign up will get into a September 1st reading I'm doing. So if you want to get a reading tonight, you want to. It really is the first 50 people that sign up for Mediumship 2, a certification course. And if you go onto the JVP School of Mystical Arts, oh, there you go. There you go right there. Thanks, Renee. That will get you registered and you automatically get into the reading queue. So that's September 1st. That's going to be. So, and that is, you're going to get into the audience. I can't guarantee a reading for you personally, but that'll get you into the group for that, doing that. And it's a great course. Check it out at my school. And if it feels right to you, take it. If not, then
It's a great course.
It's a great one. It really, really refines mediumship.
And I've got Roots of Healing Part 2 coming up on September 25th. And it's a Zoom event, and I'm going to be talking about spiritual laws, how to use them. What are they, and how to use them as a soul? How do you use a spiritual law? And they're out there, these laws. So we're going to talk about that.
It was really very, very popular, very successful. Your first one. That's why there's a part 2.
It was really popular, and you don't have to have taken the first one to take the second one. And Shirley's going to be talking about trauma, and she's going to be giving tools to use with your emotional trauma. And then Carrie's going to be working with unconscious things from our parents and our grandparents that we've taken into our life going forward.
Wow.
So, and we have a promo code if you sign up in the next 24 hours. I feel like Ron Popeil, who just died.
Who is that? Is it Pillow
Ron
Man?
Popeil? Remember that one? The guy, if you call in the next 5 minutes, you get this, and steak knives and everything. Ron Popeil. Oh, he was hilarious. Yeah, the Ginzu knife. Ginzu knife. I think I still have one. And you get 15% off if you sign up within the next 24 hours. And we have, the code is both sides now.
And Kelly, so go to kellywhite.com and sign up. For the next week, between now and next Monday, we come back here. How do you think people should handle this week with those retrogrades? What should they do?
I think everybody should be kind to themselves and kind to one another, and have patience. Kindness, patience. And as you said in your show today, you said it earlier, think before you act. That's really important. Patience. Pack your patience and really think. Don't worry. Things do work out. Things do move ahead.
Yeah. Don't rock the boat. It's already rocking.
Yeah.
Sit in the corner and hang out and watch the observing and be patient and be kinder, because these retrogrades really push it. Like we're talking about push and pull. It's a great opportunity to be kinder, to show compassion, and also to ground yourself, be connected, and assess your life right now. Now's a good time, especially the Lionsgate portal that happened yesterday. Great time to assess your life.
Great time for that. Great time. Well, everybody, thank you, James. Everybody have a great. Next week we have Harry T coming. Harry
T is a medium from Australia, and Harry T is a wonderful, wonderful medium, and he has cards that are here somewhere. Oh, there.
I've got him here too.
Yeah, and
somewhere here.
Yeah. So Harry will be joining us next week, and we'll talk about all things mediumistically and his life and. Yeah, always very interesting to meet another medium, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
He's a sweetheart. You'll love him. You guys will love him. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks, Renee.
Bye.
You've been listening to Both Sides Now and Beyond, featuring spiritual medium and master teacher James Van Praagh and spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
The James and Kellee Show.